Satnam, everybody. Aloha. Welcome. And just write down where you're from. And I hope you're warm with that polar vortex. It's even, I'm on Maui, and we're even feeling a lot cold here. I've had to wear pants, and so I think the whole planet's getting affected by this cold spell. Satnam Hari Daskar. Okay. There we go. So let's prepare, and Sabrina from Kentucky, Satnam Aloha. Don't be shy. New York and freezing, Waiguru. Rachel Hope. Michigan, yeah. Sydney. Fresno. Hey, Bill. Toronto. Toronto's cold, too. So I know you guys are really feeling it, but we're feeling it too on Maui, but not, oops, there we go. Just a sec. Camera's acting up. There we go. Not as bad, but still we're feeling cold. Anyway, see, a greater plan of that is to get us to stop and go inside, go internal. Okay. Great. Okay, so let's prepare to tune in, everybody. God, eh? That's awesome. Okay, so let's tune in with the Adi Mantra. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. So rub your hands together. Bring your hands into prayer pose. And just take a few deep centering breaths through the nostrils. And relaxing your shoulders and your neck muscles and your facial muscles, and bringing all your energy into this present moment. And inhale deep. Exhale. Inhale to the base of the spine. Exhale. And inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Adgare Namah, Shagadgare Namah, Satgare Namah, Sadgurudeva Namah. Adgare Namah, Shagadgare Namah, Satgare Namah, Sadgurudeva Namah. Adgare Namah, Shagadgare Namah, Satgare Namah, Sadgurudeva Namah. Inhale deep. Suspend the breath and press your palms together and focus at your third eye, the point between your brows, and channel the energy up. And exhale and relax your hands down. Great. So the plan was that I was going to talk about this on Sunday's video. You know, I do my Sunday YouTube video. And but the new moon's coming up, and there's so much to talk about. So I wanted to talk about that, but I didn't want this whole Doreen Virtue thing to go by. So are people familiar with Doreen Virtue? I mean, she's like a pioneer. Everybody on the spiritual journey has heard her, and everybody's got a deck of her cards, right? Somewhere, her angel cards. She's known as the Angel Lady, and published by Hay House. Anyway, she, in 2017, had a vision of Jesus coming to her, and then that started her whole conversion to Christianity. And now she's retracted a lot of things that she's taught in the past, and really seeing that the New Age movement has really done people a great disservice, right? So this video is not about like bashing Doreen Virtue or mudslinging Doreen Virtue. It's about learning, right? Or saying she's off her nut and, you know, she's crazy and don't listen to her, right? This is really about just seeing her. I'm sorry, everybody. This is my camera thing. Okay. There we go. Come on. Okay, there we go. Escape. This is about learning. So looking at her in a symbolic way, and what can we learn from this? Okay, as spiritual people heading into the Aquarian age. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Okay, so not yet. So Rachel says no, she hasn't yet. Okay. And Sabrina's been talking about it with friends. Yeah. So let's see here. I want to just grab up the chart for the day. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Okay. So there you go. That's the chart for the day. Oh my goodness. We are having a little bit of resistance. Okay. There we go. There's the chart. Okay. So you can see here, this is the chart for today. So if you follow my videos, you know that I talk a lot about shadow patterns, and it's related to the I Ching and human design and the gene keys. Okay? Yeah, that's right. Truth teller, human design. So you can see the sun. See, the sun is transiting through the 19th gene key, and that's the shadow of codependence. So the sun's there, and also Mercury's there too, right? See that? They're conjunct. So Mercury's in the 19th as well. So this is the shadow of codependence, and it's the gift of sensitivity. So why I'm talking about this is that, let's pull up Doreen Virtue's chart. Is it going to come up? Come on. Okay. I see what I got to do. So then we've got Doreen Virtue's chart. So it's so what this is, I'm seeing myself like that. So what this is Mercury is all about our thinking, right? What we're thinking about. So we're going to be, this is in our awareness at this time. And you also see that Pluto, remember I talked about Pluto and the shadow of insanity? I did a video about this a couple weeks ago, right? That's that 61st gene key. And this is all about worship. It's all about worshiping. So remember I talked about the R. Kelly thing? Like that's all tied into this. Pluto is like a generational, right, great excavator, and it's bringing up all that's rotten in the collective unconscious so it can come up and be seen and be healed. So so the shadow of insanity is putting God outside of yourself, right? It's about, in shadow of insanity, a flavor of that is called fanaticism. So we're going to see this, you know, more and more, this kind of fanatical religion coming back, right? Coming back and wanting to take a foothold in the collective unconscious. Because, you know, we're going through huge change right now as we go into the Aquarian age. And so there's 3 different ways that humanity's going to deal with this. Okay, and one is the fantasy, and I did a whole video on that, right? The shadow of fantasy, to get into fantasy of what that's going to be, and we won't have to do any work, and boom, we're in the Aquarian age, and we're all enlightened, yada yada. And then denial, complete denial that any change is happening, right? And there's no change happening in the world, right? You're all crazy. So there's the denial. And then there's the reaching back to the past, wanting things to go back the way they were, back to when things were normal, right? So going back to religion, right? And religion is another institution that's losing its hold on us, right? All these old institutions that are built in fear, on fear, are going, and a lot of religions are about propagating fear, right? So this is what we're seeing, right? We're seeing all these people that we worship, and they're our heroes, and we're seeing the shadow, right? We're seeing the shadow. Okay, so let me get rid of this, and I just want to bring up her chart, Doreen Virtue's chart. Okay, and there it is there. Okay, there we go. So hopefully you can see it. Okay. Okay, I just want to see that I can see it, because I got a delay, right? 20-second delay. And I can see it. I'm going to get rid of this. Man, oh man. Okay. Anyway, I'm just going to start talking, because I don't want to waste your time here. The 19th, she's got the 19th gene key in the, okay, I can see it now. Okay. Entire screen. Okay. Anyway, she's got the 19th gene key, so she has the shadow of codependence, and it's in the unconscious sun position. Okay, so it's on the unconscious sun position. So this is a big shadow for Doreen Virtue. And when we're talking, if you people know human design and the gene keys, you know that the design side is about your vehicle, right? It's about your vehicle, your body. And so it comes with the vehicle. It's not personal. So this was something that's been inherited by Doreen Virtue's father and her grandfather. It comes through her paternal line. So she's got the 19.4. Okay, so this is the shadow. Worship is also, putting God outside you. And codependence is really about our attachments, right? It's about our attachments. And thinking that we need, believing deeply that we need something outside of ourselves in the external world, right, to survive. So this would go really, really deep with her, right, especially in this position. And her core wound, interestingly enough, is called obscurity. It's the shadow of obscurity. So this shadow is about promising, there's a promise of, I'll have the light, right? I'll find the light. I'll find God, right? Through a belief system. So, right, this gene key is all about beliefs. And we know, we're forming a mature relationship with God now for the Aquarian age, right? We're becoming spiritual adults now. And this means that we have to have a mature relationship with the infinite. And, in the tradition of Kundalini Yoga meditation, it's generating, organizing, destroying, or delivering. It's an acronym for God. So it's not it's not personalized. Do you know what I mean? With God. So now, as we come into spiritual adulthood in the Aquarian age, it is the realization that God is inside of us, right? It's inside of us, and we're not these little children, and we have to fear God and everything that religion's taught us, right? That we need an intermediary, we need a rules, we need dogma, right? It's so that we can go to heaven. This is all lies, and I don't want to dismiss it. I mean, there was a purpose for religion back in the day, right, when we were fully seeped in the darkness. It's like, hey, it's not a good idea if you guys kill each other, right? Like, you needed some rules then. But now we're evolving. We're evolving past that. So I just found that really interesting. So her core wound is about guilt, right? Guilt is her core wound. And this is about misleading people. So I'm sure she has a lot of sleepless nights about that, right? Believing that this New Age teachings that she's done, right, in the past has misled people. So that would come up for her probably too. Okay. I want to see what people are saying. Okay. Yeah, I haven't followed Barbara Marchiniak. She's the Palladian agenda, right, Muhammad? In my opinion, she's never represented anything genuine. I found her voice reassuring. I don't dislike her, but there's always more. She forgets to understand. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Skepticism. I've been observing this research. Fanatical religion. Yeah, so Julian's seeing it. So we're going to see it more and more, right? Because it's in Pluto. That's got to get dug up. So remember that anybody who's teaching you, us and them, right? Religion teaches that, us and them, us and them. And now it's like there's us, the ones that are following Christ, and then there's you, the New Age people, right? There's an us and them. That's not the Aquarian age. The Aquarian age is we're all coming into unity consciousness, and we all have our own unique relationship with God or the divine, and that has to be honored, right, and tolerated. And yeah, it's very, very important to do that and feel. I mean, I was brought up Catholic, and I was very, very sensitive as a child, and I loved Christmas time. I didn't really like church because they felt robotic to me. You know, if you ever been to a Catholic mass, to stand up, sit down, it's like filled with ritual. But Christmas time I loved because I could feel the heart energy, right? So this is a good thing just to remember too, is like to listen to the frequency behind the words of people and what they're saying. But most, the fanatical religions, they're like cut off. They're just this head on a stick, right, with their little rules and the judgment and telling everybody they're going to go to hell because they're doing this and that. So some of the A to Z's, it's just the typical same old, same old. And if you've taught Kundalini Yoga and meditation, you've probably come across a Christian or two coming into your classes. I have. And so their fear is that I just want to scroll down right to yoga. What does she say about yoga? So yoga is much more than stretching exercises. It originates in deity worship, which isn't true. And the yoga poses are each directed to a specific pagan god or goddess. Most yoga studios feature idol statues and pagan practices such as chanting to deities. Lately, some Christians have argued that you can chant Bible verses during yoga to avoid paganism. We recommend Pilates as a spiritually safer alternative. Okay. So right there. So what I want to do is I want to throw a paradox at you because the Aquarian age is filled with paradox. Okay. So what she's saying is true. These A to Z things. What she's saying, there's a truth to it. And then no, that it's false. So both of these things are true at the same time. Okay. So codependence. Codependence is walking alone. We each have to walk our own path. We have to walk alone. We have to one day leave our teacher, right? And we have to walk alone and realize that we are divine. But that is a solitary exercise, right? You can't do that with everybody. Everybody else can't be inside you. Only you are inside you, right? You have to find God, the God self within. So putting things outside of you, like worshiping false idols and things like that, there is a truth to that. Like, no, that's not ultimately going to bring you to the ecstasy of being merged with your divine self, right? Anything outside of you. And that's a person, codependence, that's a dogma, that's a belief system, right? Anything outside of you. So that's true. And then the second thing these are tools. Yoga is a tool. Yoga is to unite body, mind, and spirit. It's a tool. It's not meant to be worshipped. Yoga is not meant to be worshipped. So it's a tool to bring you into higher consciousness. But one day even we have to drop yoga. I know it sounds sacrilegious even for me to say, right? I love my Kundalini yoga every morning, my sadhana practice. But one day that even has to go. Right? Even one day that has to go, and you have to walk alone. So they're like training wheels, right? These tools are training wheels. And then astrology, of course, and I love astrology. So I think she said something about divine will. It interferes with divine will. Okay, so astrology is the interpretation of an assumed influence the stars, planets exert on human destiny. This is a false belief. The royal astrologers of Babylon court were put to shame by God's prophet. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Astrology is a form of divination, is expressed forbidden in Scripture. Okay, so one thing that I would add to that is that astrology is a very, very powerful tool. And again, it's a reflection of our consciousness. Like even, the planets, the movement of the planets, they're really a reflection of our consciousness. So it's coming from us, the source, and the source is inside each one of us. So it's a map. Again, it's a tool. Astrology is a tool. And what I think why that was written in the Bible, again, remember when the Bible was written, it was like crazy dark times, right? During that time. And that people were using astrology in order to manipulate others, right? To feed their ego, to inflate their ego. So that's why I sense that why astrology was written as a bad thing, and don't trust astrologers or things like that, because people were using it in incorrect ways, right? Just to inflate their egos. Okay. Let me see. I just want to see what people are saying. Yeah. And the fearful. So Sabrina said, right? You can feel when people are hurting and fearful. Yeah. I also, I remember that, with religion, it's all about fearing God, like fear God. And I was listening to a podcast. I wish I could remember the person who's a great kind of scholar of the language, because remember the Bible's been translated. And that the word fear actually meant awe, A-W-E. So that totally puts a whole different slant on things, doesn't it? Not to be fearful of God, but to be in awe of God, to be in awe of the infinite. That's inside inside me, inside you, right? Everywhere. We see God everywhere. Awe. I like that a lot better than this fear, right? Fearful God. And who's fearing God really, right? It's the ego. It's the ego that fears God. It's not your soul, because your soul's part of God. Yeah. Yes, the training wheels. And even Buddha said, right? My teachings are the raft, right? That they're just going to help you get somewhere, right? But then you have to let the raft go. You don't worship the raft. Okay, I can relate. I was told by a Christian friend that I needed an exorcism for teaching Kundalini Yoga and studying astrology. Although I grew up Catholic. Yeah. She loved, Catherine loved the Christmas Eve. Yeah. And again, it's belief. Religion is believing in someone else's experience of the divine. That's what religion is. And spirituality, true spirituality, is to have your own direct connection with the divine. So if you're in a lot of fear, right, and a lot of fear in your life with all of this change, then you're going to be reaching out, and religion's going to be, you wait and see, right? These years to come, religion's going to be right out there. Come here, come over here, we can help you through your suffering. Just give us all your power, right? And do what we say, right? That's the cult. Okay. Heart energy. Yeah. So Muhammad. Yeah, and that's gaslighting right there, right? Is to plant that seed of doubt. So much that the inflating of ego thing going on. What's the best astrologer? I feel like there's a competitive underneath kind of what astrology is all about. Yeah. That's a big question, Bill. Okay. Yeah, when the truth is spoken, it feels more comforting, not fearful. And what is the greatest confrontation of the ego? What does the ego like just shrivels into a little cockroach, right? What is the greatest confrontation is love. That's the greatest confrontation for the ego. It's not fear. Fear is just more ego, right? But love. You know, have you ever had that experience where you've forgiven someone, like truly, truly forgiven someone, and people say they forgive, but forgiveness is when there's no real memory of that past anymore. It's just all you feel is unconditional love for that person, and it's real, right? That is what, right? That's what that heart energy is. So let's talk about is love. Yeah. So let's talk about the gift of codependence is sensitivity. Okay. The 19th gene key, the gift is sensitivity. So this opens up our sensitivity, but it opens us up to other realms. So isn't that interesting that she was completely expressing the gift of that gene key at one time? Because she was in touch with the angelic realm. She was in touch with the angelic realm. It's about animals, right? She turned vegan and she started this whole ranch and stuff. I was supporting her in doing that, right? Taking care of these animals. And then something happened, right? I don't know what happened, but something happened where it feels like she's in the shadow pattern now. So yes, we live in a plane of duality on this planet, and there are angelic realms and there are demonic realms. It's the balance, right? It's the balance here on the earth, but it's you that has to choose. Am I going to follow this voice of fear, or will I follow this voice of love, right? That we have all of these other realms. And Yogi Bhajan talked about this as we move more and more into the Aquarian age. We're going to see, right? These realms are going to start to bleed through. We're going to start to actually see them and experience them, not such in the subtle realm. So that's very okay. Yes, and that's why I do shadow mining. Yogi Bhajan, the other person is you. Recognize the other person is you, and that is one of the sutras for the Aquarian age. And understand through compassion or misunderstand the times as well. Okay. So I just want to help. Do people? There's at least one teacher here of Kundalini Yoga meditation. I'll just share what I've done with the Christians that have come to my class. Is especially about this thing that I'm going to be chanting to the devil or something, right? When I chant mantra, is I I would break it down to a technological thing, like it's a tool, it's a technology. You're not worshiping some Indian, right, god or deity, right? That there's 84 meridian points at the roof of the mouth. So the way that your tongue moves when you say certain mantras, right, like Waheguru or Guru Ram Das, or right, you can feel your tongue hitting the roof of your mouth. So it's like Morse code, right? The tongue's going in a different in a rhythm, right? And this sends signals to your glandular system. This is an ancient technology. It goes back over 5,000 years old, Kundalini Yoga and meditation. So I would approach it like that, right? And that helped just them, okay, because, and then some of them came up to me when they've been practicing for a while, and they said, you know what, Kundalini Yoga's made me a better Christian. That I go back and I read the Bible now, and I understand. Because it's about your frequency, right? It's about your frequency. Okay. Yes, Sabrina says this. Yes, those realms do exist. But we have to choose. This is spiritual adulthood, right? Not to give our power over to something external. Okay. So let's go to the meditation. I didn't really plan on doing this live stream, but I just had a few notes down here, and I think I covered all of them. Yep. Okay. So this is a meditation to let go of your attachments, because this is what this shadow is all about, is your attachment to others. And just, we all have attachments, you know. We're on this planet. We've actually been trained and conditioned to be codependent. And even the ones that say, oh, I'm not codependent, I don't need anybody, that's still the shadow of codependence, right? The independent, codependent, they're the same thing. What we want is interdependence, okay? And that's realizing that everybody is you, right? Everybody that you see is you. There's no other. There's only outer. There's only an outer you. Right? And then isn't that great? Because you don't have the need and the hookiness, right, with people. People can feel that when somebody's all needy and codependent like that, right? It's like, what do you want from me? They can feel that energy, even though their words may be saying something else. So when you go self-sovereign, that's where we're all headed for the Aquarian age, walking side by side. This is all of our relationships, self-sovereign. I don't need you for anything. Everything I need is inside me, but I'm choosing to be with you because hey, I want a playmate, right? I want to share stuff, but I don't need you. It's like a totally different frequency for relationships that's coming. Okay. So you ready to let go of your attachments? I'm going to bring up the meditation. And let me see. Anyway, God bless Doreen Virtue. She's playing her role for sure. She has a huge influence on a lot of people. And when you go deeper into the story, I want you guys to see my Yogi Bhajan video. I did a video on, is Yogi Bhajan a fraud? I think I did that last year. It's the same thing, right? These teachers, these kind of Piscean teachers, they're not going to last, right? They're going away. And I talked about the magnetism, right? That the spiritual teacher has that magnetism that holds the students to them. And when the teacher goes, that magnetism goes, and then the training wheels are off, and then it's like, are you gonna be committed to this or not? Because you're on your own steam now. You don't have a master carrying you, right? Okay. So people say they're ready. We have to tune from I need you to I recognize you, I see you, and can be you, I support you, and you support me. Yeah. But it can't be a tit for tat, Vera, because then it's a business deal. Right? Because you can support people and some people they can't support you back because they can only give what they have. And if they don't have that self-love for themselves, right? And then, but you choose. You can choose. No, I'm going to support this person. I'll uplift this person. But I'm not going to expect something back, right? Okay. Let's see here. I'll just fast forward it. And back when I was wearing the Turbinator, still me. Different form. Knee. Okay. So this meditation is I don't think I described what it is here because it's from one of my programs. Is the meditation for being, it's called, but it's really about letting go of attachments. So it uses the mantra I am, I am, I am, I am. So you assert. There goes again. So you assert I am, right? You say I am. And then the mind goes through what? Because the mind always wants to know what. And then it goes through the Rolodex. Oh, I'm a man. I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher. I'm a healer. I'm a Reiki master. Right? It's going through that. But then you assert I am again. So it ends up, the mantra is like I am what I am. I am what I am. I am what I am. And that's what the burning bush, right? The burning bush, Moses in the burning bush. I am. He didn't say, I am what I am. And that's our God self. I am, I am. I am, when you came through the womb of your mother, you didn't have a name, right? God didn't give you a name. Go down the chute and go out your mom's womb and this is your name. You were given all of that. You were given all those projections, right? All that conditioning. But at your essence, you were, I am, I am. That's your existence, right? Your infinite awareness, I am, I am. Okay, so stick around, everybody. Don't go off and have this meditation and just feel it, have the experience of your God self. And then you're going to take your left hand, okay, so the palm's facing the body, to a point of 6 inches, about 6 inches from the chest, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to chant, I am, I am, I am, I am. For the mudra, you're going to bring your right hand into Gyan mudra, so thumb and index finger touching, okay, with a slight pressure. Relax that in your knees, and you're going to bring your spine up nice and straight. Bring your head in Jalandhar Bandh, which is neck lock, so your chin slightly towards the chest, so that you have a nice straight spine. The eyes are 1/10 open, so barely open, and you're looking out through your eyelids. The left hand, you're going to bring your left hand, okay, so your palm's facing your body. The first position is about 6 inches away from your body, okay? And you're going to chant I am and bring your hand 4 inches away from your body. And then assert I am to 12 inches. Okay, and then sniff, inhale in, and then come back to 6 inches, right? And then continue, I am, I am. So it's best to follow along with me to keep this rhythm. I am, 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 I am. 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 Inhale deeply. And now slowly lower your hands down and bring them to your knees. And exhale. And relax for a moment. And feel yourself just as you are. I am. I am. Know that you have existed long before this present incarnation. You have existed long before you were given a name. Feel secure in this identity. I am. I am. Now begin to systematically let go of your attachments, one by one. Don't think. Your soul will know exactly what to do. Just allow. Bring all of this energy of attachment, all this energy of desire back to you in this present moment. This energy of desire is pure. Feel it. Trust it. Know the one and only true, authentic desire is to be one with your source. So today, Do not externalize your desires. Do not attach your desire to something outside of you. Watch this. Keep your desire inside your body and use it to be with your divine nature. And inhale and exhale, and now okay. Satnam. Oops. Okay. Okay. An image that was coming to me during the meditation was Yogi Bhajan, the master of Kundalini Yoga, saying that to imagine that God, because the mind can't understand the infinite. It's just it's too overwhelming that the mind can't conceive of that. So he was saying to imagine that God was a big teddy bear. That just to have that relationship with the divine self. So whatever works for you, but it always comes from love, right? Whenever you're feeling fear, God's going to punish me, God's going to get me, that's the ego. It's not you at all, because you are God. So to remember that, and that's the message I really want to get across to people, is that everything you need is inside of you. And you're dealing with not only your conditioning from this lifetime, but conditioning from all of your ancestors and any any past lives you've had in religious order, right? This is what you're battling against for the Aquarian age. But just remember, love, 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 right? If it comes from love, then it's true. If it's coming from fear, it's not. It's not true. Okay, so any questions before we close? And I want to fix this. I'm going to try to fix this camera for next time. Thank you for this meditation. Cheers for me. Waheguru, Olga. Okay. I did this one a while back in level 1. Yeah, teacher training, it was in level 1. We'll be doing it again soon, I think. Yes. Yeah, it's so big. Okay, so let's prepare to close with one long Satnam. And Satnam means truth is my identity. Namaste is I recognize the truth in you, is also the truth, the light in me, right? The truth, the light. But with Satnam, it's like you're asserting the light. And remember, with Jesus Christ, always go back to Jesus' teachings. A lot of Christians do not look at the teachings, what he actually taught, right? And look at that iconic, mudra that he has, right? And that he's pointing to the Sacred Heart, right? That's the heart chakra. This is the kingdom of God. It's in here. It's not somewhere else after we die, right? Eternal life is here now. Okay? So just remember that. Okay. So thank you, everybody, for hopping on board. I know this was a last-minute live stream, but I really felt called to do this. And it's totally a riff, right? I have like a couple notes I had here, but I just wanted to get that across to people. So let's close with a long Satnam. So bring your hands into prayer pose. And just send a blessing of light and love to everybody that's here now and that will listen to this in the future, because I'll leave it up on my channel, that they recognize the light within themselves so that they can in turn recognize the light in the other. Remember, with shadow, which is fear, Satan, whatever you want to call it, when you are looking at somebody else's shadows, right? their shadow patterns and their negativity, then you're only reaffirming the shadow within yourself. Okay? So blessing everybody to recognize the light within them so that they can recognize the light within others, and that they recognize the true source of everything is coming from inside them. And let's use the earth, even the earth going through this cold spell is calling us to stop traveling, stop going on planes and trains and running the work and busy. It's like go inside. Even the earth is helping us to heal, it's to go inside. Everything is in here. Okay, and let's send a blessing to the world and the planet. And now you receive the blessings coming back. And inhale deeply. And exhale. And inhale to close. Sat Nam. Sat Nam, everybody. Aloha.